Something massive has happened in English football and you might have not been paying attention to it. What are you doing? Leeds United have basically been purchased, at least a part of it has been purchased by Red Bull. And we all know what Red Bull does. In Austria, they bought a team and turned it into Red Bull Salzburg, and they have been dominating for years with some of the most exciting talents in Europe actually coming through their squad, like Haaland specifically. Then a lot of them move over to Germany to play for the likes of Red Bull Leipzig. Yes, they're called Rasenballsportverein, but it's just a technicality. Everyone knows it's owned by Red Bull. And from there, they move on to even bigger clubs. And now the next step might be Leeds United. If Red Bull can go ahead and take this Leeds United team back to their former strength, to push this team back into the Premier League and actually dominate for years to come, that could be the next step as well. So Salzburg, Leipzig, and then Leeds United in the Premier League. They are building something that is just nuts to see right now. And last season, Leeds United came in third in the Championship and failed miserably in the playoffs against Southampton, and their fans are obviously very upset. The last time I rebuilt Leeds United, there was no talks about Red Bull taking over this club, and today we're gonna go after that Red Bull structure and implement it into Leeds United. That means a lot of young, amazing talents that we potentially sell on for tons of money, or maybe this is the final stage where the Red Bull clubs don't sell anymore. They just move them to Leeds United, and that's it. They develop and try to win the biggest trophies. Look, I'll be completely honest, I have no idea what is going to happen with these Leeds United players this summer. But one thing I know is that Somerville specifically is a player that a lot of teams are looking at, especially Liverpool seems to be quite interested in this lad, and it makes a lot of sense. I've seen him play plenty of times. He has 19 goals and 9 assists this season in the Championship. Then you have Rutter, who came in from Hoffenheim at first. Things didn't work out. In the Premier League, he was one of the worst signings. But in the Championship, he has come through with 15 assists and 6 goals for himself. Pirot up top, the former Swansea City man, has come up with 3 assists, but 13 goals. And then you even have Gnonto, who has come up with 10 goal contributions for himself, and an incredible talent in Archie Gray, a player that I think this Leeds United team should be built around. So we're going to pay a lot of attention to what we can actually achieve with the players that are already here. But don't get me wrong, if Red Bull actually comes in, there will be lots of changes. I think a lot of these players that you're looking at down the line, some of them will be sold and will be replaced with younger players. The whole Red Bull model has been to bring in the young ones, build them up, sell them on until you get to a point where you can actually maintain a very, very strong squad, as they have done with Leipzig. And yeah, we're going to try and replicate that. So if any of the originals leave, don't get me wrong, I think no one actually knows what's going to happen. So anything is possible, and that's what I'm going after. The interesting thing with Leeds United is obviously the fact that a bunch of these players are basically coming back from their loan deals. A lot of them obviously abandoned Leeds United when they went down into the Championship, and a lot of them will now be coming back. And someone like Weber, for example, is a former player of Salzburg. Ampadu, the current centre-back of Leeds United, is also a player that used to play at Leipzig. So we are looking at a couple of players that already have that Leipzig connection. I don't know if Rodon is actually going to be sticking around. So for now, I'm going to terminate it because I'm looking at the Transfermarkt page and nothing is looking like he actually sticks around. So if I'm making a mistake right here, I'm sorry. The data provided to me basically says that he's not actually a current player of the squad permanently. But then you also have Christensen, who again is another one that used to play at Salzburg. You have Harrison, who can come back from loan, and you have Roberts right here, who was on loan at Leeds United. Again, don't know if he's going to be sticking around. And then you have Roca, who I highly doubt will return to the likes of Leeds United. I assume that he will actually be sold, but apparently he is coming back at the end of his loan from what I can see there. But yeah, a lot of interesting characters that will be returning to the club, and a big question mark behind them when it comes to, like, are these players going to be sticking around or will they be sold? And I truly believe most of these guys should be sold. And Ailing, by the way, is joining Middlesbrough on a free transfer is what I'm reading. So lots of these guys, you know, drama all around. And we'll see how it goes. As much as it pains me, it had to be done. I think this summer there will be some sales, and cashing in on Somerville probably makes a lot of sense for Leeds United right now, because the value of him staying in the championship is just not worth it. He's going away for 19 million to Ajax. In real life, I think it's going to be a much bigger sum than that. And Gnonto, who has been causing issues on and off, I think it's time for him to leave too and go to a different project. So both of these guys that play down the wings for us are leaving. And one thing I need to show you is that most of the lads that came back from the Salzburg or from the Red Bull teams, those ones I'm going to keep, because we're going to see if we can make it work the second time around. And then later on, I probably will look into moving them on as well. But for now, I want to find out who I want to play as a right midfielder and also as a left midfielder. For the people that know the Salzburg squad, there has always been one man just waiting for his season, for his moment to really break through and get things done. And that is Sekou Koita. The reason why a lot of you guys might not know about him is that he just gets injured too often. And hopefully he can find a good run where he just goes ahead and doesn't get injured anymore, because now he's going to be joining us from Salzburg. It looked like he transferred to Copenhagen first, but here we go. I actually changed the formation because Salzburg doesn't really play down the wings too heavily. They have a very central-based formation. And I feel like since we are in the championship, we probably should be picking up some players from over there in Salzburg rather than Leipzig. So Sekou Koita comes in with 92 pace, 74 shooting, 78 dribbling, 71 physicality, 4-star weak foot, left-footed, and doesn't have injury prone on him. Yes, I thought it definitely would, but that changes everything. So guys, wish me luck. I'm actually really interested to see how this works out. We're going to play two up top with Ruta supporting them. It looks like we're missing a center midfielder. You know who I'm getting.
Yeah, we do.
And in he walks, a Danish midfielder, probably the one that makes the most sense. It's Maurits Kjærgaard joining us from Salzburg for 7 million, a very low amount for a player that actually has a bright future ahead of him. Left-footed center midfielder. Gray is going to play in center midfield for me too. I know he plays right back a lot, but I would love to have him as a central piece of this squad. So we're going to run this formation. And actually, just buying players from Salzburg doesn't make sense, right? We don't want to just constantly buy players from the Red Bull squads, because obviously those teams find their talents elsewhere too. So we will be looking for some hidden gems ourselves, but right now this squad is looking class. I think I would really like to have another CDM though. Mr. Jashari, welcome into our team. A man from Switzerland, a youngster that has been making waves, and a lot of teams are interested in him in this summer. And I would not be surprised at all if Ardon Jashari actually moves on from this team. Actually, his name might be pronounced Yashari, but I'm just going to say Jashari here. Actually, you know what? Yashari sounds better. All right, Yashari, welcome to the team. He is going to be coming in as a CDM, a youngster that can take over with instant effect, that fits perfectly into this whole thing that we're trying to build up with the whole Red Bull thing. And he is someone that they could sell on for a lot of money down the line. Left footer, very well balanced stats. 5'11" tall from Switzerland, long ball pass and relentless on him. And with these signings, I truly think we are ready for a season in the championship. And hopefully after that, we'll be looking at promotion into the Prem. The season is done, and now it's time to see if those downgrades and upgrades have worked out. And oh my God, they have 113 points in the championship. And as you can tell, Burnley was down here as well. A lot of the teams, every single team that went down from the Prem, I put in here as well. Luton came in 20th in the championship with the team that they actually had in the Prem. That is crazy. But we go up as the first place team with Borough going up alongside us. That's going to be fun. Let's take a look at the team though. We have Pirot 79. We have Koita 78. Ruta 80, Kjærgaard 75, Yashari coming up with the 75, Gray 76, let's go. Ampadu is the captain for now, 80 rated, Christensen looking solid, Weber very unhappy. I assume Pascal Struijk has been taken away playtime from him, which is interesting. And then Firpo, who kind of turned his career around this season, hasn't he? He has like 7 assists, done well. And yeah, he is here too, for now. And Amelia, of course, in goal. So good stuff. Really good performance from this Leeds United team to look at. Oh, wow. 46 goal contributions by Joel Pirot. I did not see that coming. But Koita, first season, 28 goal contributions. The man from Mali showcasing his worth. With Ruta with 9 and 18 doing really well. And then it is Kjærgaard stepping up alongside some others. So first season in, I think we have done a great job. And moving into the Premier League now, obviously the big money comes in, which means we can make even bigger transfers. Starting off into the Premier League season by going after the last Red Bull player. Possibly. I'm not too sure. But this is just a swap deal. Think of it like that. We're letting go of one former Red Bull player to bring in a new one. Omar Solé is an amazing centre-back in my eyes, and I think it's time for him to make that move. I thought he was going to make it last summer, but he was linked to like Torino and stuff. And I thought, nah, that's not good enough. And now he joins us as a 78 rated player, 83 pace, 77 defending, 86 physicality, right footed. And I'm telling you right now, this guy on the ball is amazing. And he was very good at moving the ball forward at Salzburg and breaking those lines. And that's why I want him in this team. A French centre-back. Everybody got to have one, and we have our own now. Back at AZ Alkmaar, Milos Kerkez was unstoppable. He was looking like one of the best upcoming left-backs in world football. But then he moved over to Bournemouth, which really surprised me. I thought it was going to be a bigger team. But at the end of the day, he has showcased his abilities once more. And I think he deserves to join a project that is going to be there for years to come. And here it is. Milos Kerkez joins us, a man that is going to be playing in the Euros with Hungary. And I'm interested to see how they're going to be playing due to Szoboszlai playing there as well and plenty of others. But he will join us now as the left back, a new left back off Leeds United, and he comes in with a 77 rating. Lots of pace, great dribbling, great physicality. Moving forward, he's unreal. And he has 3 play styles, which we, of course, appreciate. But that is the first big signing, I would say, from an actual Premier League side. Freiburg, I'm sorry, I'm taking your youngster. Kylian Sildilia has been quite an interesting prospect for a while now. A couple of games where I've seen him play, I thought, wow, this kid is special. And then other games I thought, my God, you're trash. So there are inconsistencies to his game, and I'm just going to trust in him. Sildilia joins us from Freiburg for Christensen. It might be a downgrade initially, but I don't necessarily think that Christensen has a future at this club. Hence why I wanted to actually make this transfer. 22 years old, 6'1" tall. That is exactly what I want to have in there. And he also has the capability to easily play as a centre-back, which is why he would actually technically go up by +1 if he was to play there. So a very versatile player that would be fitting really good into a team like this. So Sildilia, do your best, buddy. Let's see how it works out. The season has come to an end, lads, and look at that. 10th position for Leeds United, which is impressive considering that we have just gone up. Norwich and Middlesbrough are going back down. Everton goes into the Championship, which is a madness. I'm actually really happy that they avoided it because I want to have the Merseyside derby in the Prem in real life forever. And yeah, for that, they need to not go down. Leeds United, 52 points. Not too bad. If we make 1 or 2 good decisions moving into the future, I think we could be qualifying for Europe. Looking at this team, we are seeing very, very strong players with great ratings alongside Gray now getting to the 80 ranges. Yashari has gone up nicely as well. Kjærgaard has gotten stuck a little bit, but the one thing that I want to focus on next season is definitely the bench. We want to strengthen the bench a little bit. We want to get a little bit of structure in there and get the right players playing for us. I don't know why Melia is unhappy. Maybe he was injured or something, but overall, I think we made great decisions in the transfer market and we need to continue doing so. Now, I would be very surprised if Pirot kept it up. 24-2. Okay, I'm impressed. 26 goal contributions and a 42 game season for him. Now playing in the Prem. Very good stuff. And Koita only a +1. What's going on there? There's still plenty of time with him to grow, but that is a bit of an odd one for me. I'm really surprised about that. Oh, maybe I had the wrong development plan on him. Anyways, it's all good. We're going to continue and we're going to grind it out with Red Bull Leeds United. Imagine if that's actually their name. RB Leeds United. Just, I don't know. Just sounds wrong. I've decided to go for a Spanish midfielder. Kiergaard, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to put you onto the bench if you're not growing. And that's okay. We need depth in the squad, and this is exactly what we're bringing in. He had a 56 million release clause. We got him for 30 from Osasuna right now. Another player that probably a lot of people aren't familiar with, so I feel this is the perfect choice for us, as we have too many players playing down the wings on the bench and basically no wing players. It makes sense to start building up from here. Oroz comes in with okay pace, great shooting. I mean, I guess he could easily play in a cam position or even striker, really. 74 passing, 79 dribbling, 71 physicality, and no playstyles, which really surprises me. But him and Archie Gray in that midfield, I think, is going to be a great partnership, supporting the likes of Ruta. And now we need to keep on bringing in those players for the bench, man. It really looks bad, doesn't it? We have too many of these lads that shouldn't be in here. Let's put Joseph onto the bench as well, and then maybe add in Giabi. That way it doesn't look as bad and much more well balanced. There he is. That is the man that I want to bring in as a new backup for this squad. It is Mbamba from the likes of Leverkusen. Right now it seems like he plays for Montpellier, but he joins us for 12.6 million, which is his release clause. So I definitely overpaid. Giabi might be good, but Mbamba definitely has a brighter future. Hence why I wanted to put him onto the bench. And right now I actually feel like we do have a very solid bench. So let's keep it up. Let's see what this team can achieve. The Leeds United boys tried their best, but only came in that 8th position. Slight improvement upon what we did last season. 60 points on us, but obviously it's not easy to break into that top 6. That is going to be very hard to do, but I think we're going to get there due to the reason that our squad has become ridiculous in some places. Pirot, who I initially actually thought I'd be replacing, has been doing so freaking well, and he's only 26, so he keeps going. Koita has gone up to an 84, Ruta 88. Gray, I think, had like a little bit of an injury or something, hence why he didn't grow as much, but Oroz has gone up to an 83. Yashari is looking solid. Defensively, Ampadu is on fire, by the way. He's still so freaking young, you know. I feel like he has been playing football for 10 years at least. Kerkez is here with the age, with the rating of 85, my god. And then Soleil, obviously, next to Ampadu, is learning a little bit, and Sildilia looks solid with Melie in goal, and the backups looking decent as well, with Kiergaard knocking on the 80s. So yeah, I think this team next season definitely can get to the European places, and Koita comes up with 19 and 2. Pirot does the same. Really good stuff. A good sign that we have 2 great attackers there, with Ruta coming in with 19 goal contributions for himself, and then Gray obviously taking part in these things. So lads, I think next season is the one. If we can improve that midfield, if I can bring in another midfield coach, I think those players are going to be growing even faster, and then things could get very interesting. I did not expect to see this. It is Leeds United winning the Premier League title. Going from like 10th or 11th to 8th, I was like, okay, that's decent. Let's get European football now. And all of a sudden, we're sat there in the 1st position. Thanks to goal difference alone, we are beating out the likes of Manchester City, and that shows me that it was the right decision to not bring in any more players into this team. What I did was I focused on midfield coaches, and seemingly it has worked a little bit, at least. Gray has gone up to an 85 now. We have Oroz at the same rating as well. Ruta with a 91. Yashari 86. Ampadu 89 as the captain. I mean, it has become such an unreal squad at this point. I'm very, very happy about how it looks, and I cannot wait to see what this team will be able to achieve in Champions League football, and I wonder if I need to sign any more players for it. Sekou Koita, 23 and 1. Pirot, 21 and 3. Oroz, 19 and 10. I mean, this is a very special squad that we have put together, and I think we have done a great job so far. Now the question is, how can this team do in like the Champions League and the Premier League and the FA Cup and all that stuff coming up at once? Is there enough depth in this squad to make all of that happen? I truly believe we can actually pull this off, but if we actually do is a different question. You know what kind of madness I decided to do? Well, let me show you, my friends. As we go into the transfer history, you'll see I just paid 150 million to bring in Xavi Simons into our squad. And the funny part about it is, he's the most expensive transfer to make it into this team, and he doesn't even make the starting 11. This is the stage that we got this team to. All I wanted was a marquee signing, and yes, I lied. This is actually now the last signing from a Red Bull side. Simons joins us because we have won the Premier League and we're playing Champions League football, so why not come in here and compete against the likes of Ruta for that position? What's funny is that Ruta is only better in passing and dribbling. Pace, shooting, defending and physicality, Xavi Simons outdoes him, but obviously passing and dribbling is very important for a cam. And you know what? I actually decided to upgrade in one position. Vitinha is joining Leeds United as well. Forget PSG. Come join Leeds United, buddy. We are going to be bringing in one of the most impressive players of this Champions League campaign for PSG. He has done such an incredible job, and he now comes into this squad. And what I like is that strengthens our bench even more. And Vitinha comes in with an 87 rating. He's such a good player. At Porto, I already loved him. And at PSG, I was a bit worried that he doesn't get enough playtime. But now he has shown his worth and he's just good. He's amazing. So congratulations, PSG, for picking up this gem. You've done a good job there. But so have I. First, it was Sevilla. And now Ajax nearly beat us. But it's 4-2 in the end. Against Man City, we win. Against Inter, we win. And that means we are part of the Champions League final. Red Bull on fire, and the FA Cup final has been won as well. This is huge. This is insane. So let's see. Is there a treble? Is there a chance? Premier League, first position. That win against Manchester City made the difference. The big battle between those two sides. We get ourselves 84 points and we win the Premier League again. And we do not stop there. Community Shield is ours. FA Cup is ours. Carabao? No, that is the only one that we're missing. But the Champions League, that is where we actually ran through Sevilla. We got through the likes of Ajax. And then it was Inter to meet against Bayern Munich in the Champions League final in 2028. And as we get into this part where we're going to take a look into the team and everything, I want to know from you guys, how do you feel about Red Bull potentially getting involved in English football? Do you guys think it's going to be a good thing in terms of competition? Because obviously teams like Manchester City and such are already dominating. And if Red Bull picks up a team like Leeds United, I guess at least there is some history to the squad. And I'm not saying that the teams that, you know, Red Bull has picked up in Germany or in Austria didn't have history. Specifically, the one in Austria, as far as I can remember, has big history behind them. And they also separated a different club that originates from that one as well. But if they pick up Leeds United and they go in and invest and make big changes and take this team back into like the top 6 in Premier League football, the Premier League is going to be insane. It basically is the Super League. Let's be honest. That is just what it's going to be. So let's take a look at things right here in terms of our players' performances and such. Ratings wise, it's ridiculous. It is such a good squad. I can't believe Ampado got to a freaking 91. That's nuts. Melia got to a 90 as well. And the 4-1-2-1-2, the formation of my dreams in FIFA 19, that is the one we're going to be playing. And I hopefully will be putting together some good passes. And Pirot and Koita again as a team, both get over 30 goals. And then Oroz, 18 and 11. I thought I replaced you with Vitinha, but I guess Vitinha has been taking playtime away from Archie Gray. But don't worry, Archie. I'm going to be playing you in this final. And you know what, buddy? I'm going to make you the captain because you are the one that Leeds fans seem to love the most. And if this Leeds project is going to move forward, maybe he can be the face of it with Red Bull coming in. And lads, let's take a look at our opponent's team. What is it going to be looking like? It has the likes of Boniface, Musiala, Heung-min Son, Sané. That's an insane front four with Xhaka in there, who is the best player of Bayer Leverkusen, most consistent, insane captain performances throughout the entire year. Everyone talks about Wirtz, Grimaldo and all that stuff. For me personally, it was Palacios and Xhaka that really made the difference. And then you have Fran Garcia, Mosquera, Romero, Baca and Livakovic. That's a strong Bayern team, a very different Bayern team, but I'm up to facing it. There it is. The stage is set. And one thing I want to mention actually is a lot of times when I go into these Champions League finals, the presentation is bad. Like, I wish there was more hype building up this game, but the initial first moment is already like really boring. So EA, do a better job. Now, one thing I know is I gotta be careful with Musiala. When he's on the ball, I need to be right there. And there he is. Oh, he plays. Oh my God. Yes. Melie, thank you very much. Uh-oh. There goes Jamal against Solé. He makes... Oh, wow. How did Solé pull that off? Unbelievable defensive work from our team to start things off. Yes. Gashari into Archie. Wow. What a ball that is. Archie plays it into the middle. We have space to take a shot. I'm really liking the play of this team. The passing is quality. All the way to the right. I see too much space. I see too much space. Exciting stuff here. Ruta, Koita, Golasso. There we go. I saw on that other side, man, there was too much congestion. So we had to definitely go the other route, find someone on the other side, and go with the pass into Koita. When he was open and Ruta had control, I knew this was going to be a goal. Next time, it's not going to say boxed in here. It's going to be the Red Bull logo. Nice. Move. Oh my God, are you kidding? Nah. What else do you want? What else do you want? That pass from Archie Gray is unbelievable. Sekou Koita makes it look easy. Don't get me wrong. It's exceptional. The finish is world class. But the pass from Archie Gray is something that you sadly don't see often enough in these football games. That is exactly something you would expect off of something like a Xavi or Iniesta. But it's Archie Gray. Leroy Sané causing a bit of trouble, but Boniface cannot finish his dinner at the moment. I only now realized that there was no gameplay sound for you. Yes. Solid, isn't it? Ah, mate. I love technical issues. I was just talking to myself. Hopefully Biscuit put in some ambient sound. I don't know, something. But yeah, sorry about that, lads. Just realized there was an error in the recording sesh. Uh-oh. Good ball. Oh, bad defending for me. Melie keeps that clean sheet big time. Oh, beautiful pass. Great defending on top of it. And kick it away, my friend. It should be done. It is done. Leeds United wins it all. And Archie Gray will be the one to lift the trophy. And he totally deserves it after that pass. I'm sorry that there was no audio. That is an error that I only saw now. But it's all good. We did it. Archie Gray and the boys with an immense performance in the Champions League final. Leeds United with the support of Red Bull. Genuinely, guys, it could go anywhere. And it's going to be interesting to follow this one. I know it's only a minority stake for now, but maybe it becomes larger down the line. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Take care and peace.